I went into that box because you were speaking about trans stuff. So I went in to say that it's not the conversation. The conversation should be about what EQ's done and not her being trans. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much, guys. Hi. Sorry, I feel like I only go live to have a rant, and I'm sorry. I apologise. I don't mean it that I only go live to have a rant. Thank you, Chelsea. Literally, like, I really like Devin, and Devin isn't that sneaky kind of person. I don't think Devin's sitting there. Hi, I've never seen you live, just in a box. Well, hi, Sophie, welcome. Is this conversation... Top Girl, I've not spoken about it. He is still speaking about it. Like, he's live discussing the situation. Like, I've made my video and that was it. But it's the fact that he's trying to push narratives saying that me and Devin are basically doing this to, like, yeah, which is bullshit. And saying that I'm jealous of him. Like, I went in that box because I heard something I didn't agree with. You know, like, how NJ goes into boxes because he doesn't agree with things that are being said? Like, that is what I've done. I love when I have no idea what's going on. Look up the Observer of the Factory. It does seem that way, though, I'm not gonna lie. What does seem that way? Hey, lovely, I seen that, and I know you were just trying to educate about trans, nothing else. Exactly. Like, Lauren, like, I know, for instance, you're an EQ, obviously you go into EQs, you're a mod and all that, but I like you, and I have not ever said anything to you about the fact that you're, you know what I mean, like, mods for EQ or whatever, like, because I know that you're a decent person and all of that, you're very chilled. So, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, this app is wild. I felt that they were very conceding towards you and you didn't do anything wrong. Exactly. But this is it. Like, so my issue with this whole scenario, right, is NJ host, rightly so, I'm not disagreeing. I think if anything that he disagrees with is happening towards his community, he has every right. I generally didn't, so that's the thing. The only reason I've now gained an issue is because how he handles situations, Mikey. So, like, I don't like what I've seen him doing around the app, personally, myself. But yeah, so anyone who has a passion or is supporting communities or is against certain things, if you hear something you don't like, you may go into the box. Again, NJ does that to support his community. And he's had hate from people like Angie and Pearl and all of that for when he goes into boxes to educate. I did that because for 20 minutes you had spoke on trans stuff, which had nothing to do with EQ's situation. What EQ did was wrong, 100%, but that has nothing to do with EQ and what she does on the app. The trans community and EQ as an individual are two separate things. That is literally what I went into your box to say. Then someone in your box decided to start saying, like, coming at me about it all and blah, blah, blah. I generally didn't even say anything hateful. I was calm. All I said was, I agree that things that EQ's done is wrong, but that's got nothing to do with her being trans. Like, try and keep them separate. That's all I said. I think if anyone really did respect each other, you would call each other off the app. To be honest, Top Girl, I was willing to just leave it. Like, I'd made my conversation. I just quickly made a video where I said, but EQ don't even support trans community. That's what makes me laugh. And I agree with that, Mickey. Mikey. I know that she can be transphobic herself, but it still doesn't... Like, this is the thing. Like, when you're trying to call out bad behaviour, you don't do bad behaviour, right? Thank you, Borderline. Exactly. So when you make a comment that EQ is an it or trans women are men, that's not talking about EQ, that's going for like conversations about a whole community. Exactly. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm not sitting here saying that, well, I feel like EQ is that strong enough person, and she's not, that no one should ever get used to it, right, in any shape or form. Whereas there's young trans people out there who maybe hear that and would really affect them. I say it for anyone I don't like. And this is it. I don't like EQ, but I don't agree with transphobia. Like, I don't agree with any form of discrimination against any communities. Like, you know, that's who I do think is affected by it. It's young trans people. If you look at EQ is 100% like, she's a woman, that's my eyes, but she, you know, she's fully transitioned. Can you imagine being a young trans person who's not even started transitioning, and people are sitting there on an app discussing, saying that EQ isn't a woman, she's a man? Like, can you imagine how that's going to make someone feel? They're going to feel like, well, what the fucking point of me transitioning? Do you know what I mean? It's going to affect them mentally. Like, I don't think people realise this. Your viewers aren't just non-trans people. Like, your viewers could be trans. I don't agree with pitting racism against transphobia as that ignores. I don't agree with pitting against transphobia as that just, well, that's what I had kind of brought up in my video, was because in America, black trans women are at the most risk. Like, they are the highest risk of being unalived. So that was my point of my video, that if you're going to go and sit there and defend the black community, you have to defend everyone. And black trans women are at high risk because their skin color and because they're trans. So if you're going to speak against racism, you need to also do that for the trans people part of your community. And he's sitting there saying that it doesn't make sense what I was saying. 100% does make sense. It's facts. Everyone that's part of your community is either gay. I'm not saying that he's ever said anything about the gay community. I've never heard him say anything negative about that. But everyone in your community is either gay, straight, trans. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can't just pick and choose which part of your community you're standing there and speaking out for. But I just don't like, I think no matter on this app, I agree, Jodie. No, I agree. Thing is, I was willing to just drop it and leave it, but the fact that he's sitting there trying to say that me and another person have went for this to thingy him, it affects the gay community too. Yeah. But what I'm saying is I've never heard him say anything negatively about the gay community. That's what I was meaning. Like, I've never heard him say anything. It's just, like, the trans community and the LGBT. I've never heard him go for anyone else in the LGBT. To be fair, right, nothing's completely come out his mouth. Like, it was in his, how do I say it? It came from the other people in the room, but he didn't say a thingy. And then there was a moment, guys, this is all on the Observer's YouTube. If you look it up, NJ's surviving EQ, there's a moment that somebody says something about trans women, and then he says, and like something about puts women at risk or something like that. I can't remember down to a T. The life they held was so transphobic. Thank you so much, Palestine. Yeah, we love the Observer. Like, honestly, see if like something happens and like you didn't screen record it, and you just have to see if the Observer does it. I think the other woman was coming from a cultural point of view. Thank you so much, Baguette. And do you know what? I'm never going to, hey Millsy, it's difficult sometimes, especially going towards like either culture or religion, right? That everyone has going to have a different point of view with things. Don't say it. It's as simple as that. If something you might say might affect a person, then don't fucking say it, right? I am agnostic, right? I don't believe in God. But have you ever heard me on this app go for people for being religious? Absolutely not. Thank you, Sam. I look like shit right now. Yes, no, definitely, Joanne, I agree. Like, the Observer's always on it. Like, But yeah, like, it's just a fact as well, trying to push the thing that I'm jealous of NJ's platform. If I wanted to sit here and do lives and get numbers, I could just sit here and do the FYP again. I could sit and do that. I've chosen not to do that. I came away from that because I didn't like that. Unfortunately, it leads to drama, right? And it's the same with going in boxes. Clearly, me going in to have an opinion obviously is going to lead to drama as well. And that's why I need to try and stop doing it. If you see me trying to go near a box, guys, tell me no. Courtney, don't do it. I can't help it. My brain, yeah. Are you atheist? So I'm agnostic because I do believe in like spirits, like I believe in ghosts and stuff. That's right, isn't it? That if you believe in ghosts and spirits but don't believe in God, yeah. I think it's more personal because he doesn't like. It's exactly it, Carla. He just doesn't. He said it. He's the one that literally said on that live that he doesn't like me. So, but this is the thing, right? Having an opinion is fine. No one's saying that you can't have an opinion, but you can't sit and say, like, that it's bad to have an opinion on, like, yeah, I personally don't agree with sitting there having a whole thing. Sorry, I got distracted. I was getting messages there. I just don't agree with sitting there having a whole thing about, like, what EQ says and does and things like that. But then does it infects another person? Do you know what I mean? Like, I hope what I'm trying to say makes sense here. Exactly, Mel. That's it, right? You can be respectful, but you just don't need to say it. If your opinion is something that is going to hurt another individual on the app, then don't say it. Oh, thank you guys. Hi. But that's just me, personally, myself. I don't have any views that are really, like, overly controversial. How you doing? I have a lot to say, but I need to save some for a video. We got a video. Exactly. Sorry, I'm getting messages. Evening, Bobby. If I was asked for an opinion from a friend, I would tell. So this is the thing. That opinion didn't happen. Right. Honestly, please, guys, I beg of you to all go and watch. Right. Watch maybe from like 50 minutes in. Right. So you can get a little bit of context because it's prior to. I laughed. Sorry. Look up 50 minutes into the observers surviving EQ, and you can see a bit of the context. It wasn't a what's your thoughts and opinions on the trans community. This was a conversation had happened and the trans community got spoken about. Hey. And it was trans, and then they started speaking about how clothing, it's just ridiculous. I don't really get involved. I do watch Alex and I love his lives. Yeah, I like Alex's lives. I don't agree with what he says, but I get judged the same. But see, this is the thing, right? So borderline banter. This is why I've never came for you for the fact that you've sat with EQ, right? Because I know that you wouldn't agree with everything she says, but it's when you big up. I've never heard you sit there and come to anyone and big her up for her bad behaviour, and that's where it's different. Judging should never be a thing. I do understand why people do though, and that's the mature thing, right? Thank you, Millsy. I think there's a difference between sitting with someone and maybe from afar not agreeing with what they're saying. You could be saying it from the background, no one's to know. You could be saying to EQ, I didn't agree with what you just said there or whatever, like, but it's, yeah, don't go and make videos saying you're going to pick that person up. No, I don't. I said in her chat that night I was disappointed in how she sit back that night. Yeah. No, I only gift certain people now. So like Miss Baguette and like people that I speak to off the app, I go into people's lives that I like and I'll give them a heart me. I think it's nice to give a little heart me, and I don't overly gift. To be honest, Courtney, I found you because of the education lives you was doing, the LGBTQ for ages. Yeah, and this is the thing, like, the reason that I'm so passionate about the trans community is because I've got to know people who have been in situations where they've spoken about their trauma and things like that, with like the transphobia, and people that I know of that's been sacked from jobs because they were trans and things like this. Like, the trans community are majorly affected. But this is what I'm trying to say. We can't sit on an app and say that this community is affected, but we'll ignore the fact that other communities are affected by what happens in the world, because so many minorities, like the same with the gypsy community. Like, I think the gypsy community get a lot of, your hands are small, are they? They're chubby as fuck, though. Can we stop, please, putting people in boxes? We need to treat everyone okay. What do you mean? They are chubby. It's because I always bite my fingernails as well, so they're really short. I have a friend who's trans and sat in an appointment and seen, and she went through. This is it. Like, this is where I'm always going to say, please go and get educated. Sit on the app and tell people to go and get educated on certain topics. How about you go and get educated on certain topics? But the scary thing is, you said that you have been educated on certain topics. You've went and researched things because of, you know, your work situation. Chelsea's like fully in love with Alicia. It's funny. It's so cute. We do love her. We love all the tank tops. Wait. That fringe is, oh, it's a mess. Oh, here's my Chels. I hope it's not echoey.
I only wanted to pop up and say, one, Alicia, I fancy you so much, and two, like, I just want to remind people, like, it could have been anyone's live. It's not necessarily because it was NJ. Like, it could have been absolutely anyone's live. Like, I've been friends with Courtney on app and off app for a long time now. I've watched Courtney jump in many boxes to educate about the trans community, the whole community itself. Like, I've watched her do it so many times. She's jumped into Angie's and got absolutely annihilated in there doing so. I just want to remind people, like, it's not about NJ, it's about the passion that she has behind defending that community and defending any sort of discrimination. But the problem is, if you haven't watched Courtney for a long time and you haven't watched Courtney when she did do lives, you won't know that. But I just want to remind people, it's not NJ. It could have been anybody's live, absolutely anybody's live, and she would have jumped up and done the same thing because she literally is so passionate about it.
Wait, why is your comments not thingying? What's going on?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that, Courtney, because I think people are focusing too much on the person, and unfortunately, like, you know, I don't agree with how NJ spoke to you, and I don't agree that it's still continuing now in lives. Like, just drop it and leave it, because otherwise it does look like you're just coming after a person. Like, it's gonna give that vibe that you're coming after someone. But I just wanted to say, as a person that's watched you, you have done this many times on different people's platforms. It's not the person, it's the passion that Courtney has.
And the thing is, both times, you can go and watch me, I was very respectful, and he tried to make it out that I wasn't listening to anything they were saying. I was 100% listening to what people were saying, but it wasn't true what you were saying. You were trying to paint out that a video had only been shown like 5-10 minutes prior to me going in that box, and everyone was discussing because Torian was upset with the situation, which rightly so, she would be, but that's not the case. For 20 minutes you were discussing trans stuff. So don't try and gaslight me that you weren't discussing trans stuff when you were. As I said, I was quite happy to drop it. You're the one that's now sitting on a live trying to make it out that me and another person have gone into that box to go at you when that's not even the fucking case.
No, and like I said, like, I can vouch for this. Like, I've watched Courtney do it on multiple occasions on all different platforms, massive platforms. She's done it, got herself in the firing line for it, got backlash for it, got reported multiple times for it. Like, you held your own lives for it as well.
Am I being tattooed?
I have no idea.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It's just because Miss Baguette is like saying things, so I wasn't sure if I'm being.
And like, you've also held lives and had different people come up and tell you their experiences, what they've gone through, and also at times educate you too. So this is something that Courtney is passionate about. I just want to make sure that people just understand that. Please take it away from the person.
No.
Didn't you see the woman at me? No? Say what?
This is it. This is what's crazy. And I'm sorry, but why is no one dragging NJ for literally sitting in a box and turning around and making the comment that it's okay to go to EQ and be transphobic towards her because of the stuff she said? Like, no, right, I'm sorry, but you would never be able to say that about any other community, right? You would never be able to say that against racism, and you would never be able to say that about, well, maybe some people might say about being homophobic, but you would never, right? Any minority on this app, there's no way that you could sit there and allow someone to turn around and say that because they've put hate and they've been discriminating, it's all right to be discriminating against that person. Like, that makes no sense. That logic doesn't work. And it was worrying the fact the majority of that room is like was defending that.
Yeah, but Court, I just wanted to come up and say, like, this is something you've done for ages, so that people that are new and people that don't understand and may have saw that live, I don't want narratives to be spun that you just did it because of the host, because we all know the people that have watched you, that's not the case. So I just wanted to give a bit of a backstory of what I've personally seen you do on this app.
Yeah.
Okay, babe. Love you.
Worries. Bye. I wasn't in NJ's. So guys, as I said, it is over on the the Observer's YouTube if you want to see it. But I watched the day when you were both in Torians. I generally didn't want to argue with anyone. Like, I generally didn't. I generally just went in there to just make the point. It's literally no secret. You can ask anyone, what has Courtney spoken about the most on this app? The trans community. Well, the whole of the LGBT community. I think NJ's been getting from a few angles, and you may have been the brunt of it. And that's fine, but he's still talking about it. Like, it's 3 days later, and he's sitting there in a conversation, and then that Trinity literally made the statement that she's not taking back anything she says. Like, she stands by everything she said in his box, so... And supposedly he's saying in his own live right now that I've only got 15 viewers. Like, I'm not sitting here doing, like, who's got the most viewers or whatever like that, because I'm not sad as fuck. But mate, I think everyone should say what they want, then have a massive fight. Hey, if he wants to come here and have a conversation, I'm happy to have a conversation. I genuinely want to just nip this in the bud. Like, I generally don't want to have an issue with him. I don't want to have drama. I didn't even have an issue with him. I didn't agree with the statement he made about women and girls wearing makeup because, you know, you do you. Okay, you want to wear makeup, you wear makeup. Oh, see? You know, like... Can we put beds on? And it's the fact... I never understand someone who will attack someone because they cried. Like, I've never understood that. Like, he's sitting there. Are my comments showing? Sorry, there is quite a bit of comments. I'm just, like, because I'm, like, ranting, it's hard to, like, then... Makeup isn't just for beauty. Exactly. But art. Like, look at Monstrous. The art is beautiful. It's misogynist and he shows his true colours. What? Can someone sort the settings? Tom, I'll give you power. I don't know why it's not showing anything. I'll give power, and if someone can look at my settings and see what the fuck's going on. I have no power. Oh, let me get you, Chels. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh God, I nearly blocked. We don't want to block. Guys, these are all just getting a little bit like... Hey Kay. He owes you an apology starting... I mean, I do think he is getting a little bit. That's personally how I feel. Right, this is the thing, and this is going to happen, right? Because I am someone that's been on this app and done the exact same thing, right? So I am not speaking on... Oh, right, okay, so let me do it. Let me go. So comments... Oh, no, that's commenting. Settings, comment settings, allow comments, filter comments. Ah, right, here we go. I think we might be all right now. I think. So I've done that. I've sat in this app. Hey, Frankie, I've sat in this app and thought that I'm fucking invincible and I'm never wrong. And, I still do that now. I'm not going to lie. Thank you, FYP Lookout. Right, everyone. Oh, wait, never mind, I am. So thank you, Frankie. I've done that. I've sat on this app, being very, what's the word I'm looking at, stubborn, thinking that I'm always right. I am, no, I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I've sat on here, obviously, doing the Harley Court, and that went red up because I had a bit of a God complex. Do you know what happens? You see the numbers, and it's facts, right? The numbers come in, and you think you're invincible. Thank you, Orpidin. You think you're invincible. You think you can do what the fuck you want. And that's not the case. Because what ends up happening is it all becomes too much. Why don't you start going live again? I am thinking of going live again on Mondays because it's only the that I really have off. And just doing chill lives, just having conversations. It's not really about drama or anything. It's just, oh yeah, thank you, Lexi. It was literally watched last night, but your debates were good. Oh, see, I would love to do debates, but it becomes so fucking toxic. And then Courtney gets annoyed and upset because people are just being very mean. Thank you, Miss Forget, for the block. Bye, Lexi. Debates are good. I do like them, but I just... they get very toxic. People start shouting and, I start shouting. People start bringing up Trump and I get even more angrier. No, you're not getting modded. Thank you, Sky Slayer. You're not getting modded because you're mean. And actually, you couldn't even block Jodie because Jodie is... was that Wayne, Chomp? Because thank you very much. I knew that was going to come. Bye, Wayne. Yes, if it's that Wayne, bye. Hi, four-fingered Kit Kat. I had a Kit Kat for lunch today. Oh, honestly. Jodie... I love pineapple on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza. I just want to obviously check, Scousler, you're okay, because Oh, Jodie's here. Jodie, you need to unmute him. I feel a little bit bad. He's going to mute me now when I go to his live.
I will not apologise and I will not unmute him. How do I get out now? Help!
I'll beat you. Nope, she's caught out by herself. No, honestly, it's not nice going through those scenarios, right? Those kind of lives. People have a right to their opinion. You've obviously got your drama with other people and things like that, but it's these kind of conversations could be tough. I obviously didn't agree, as I said, with you bigging up, but is someone being biased really worth a whole live about? That's just my opinion. Everyone's different. I don't know. People have their issues with you. They have your drama and all of that kind of stuff. Anyone watching the poll fight? It's on at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Yeah. you know, thank you so much, FYP Lookout, for the heart me. I reckon you and Alex like feminists do debates. Like enemies do debates. I want to, Alex, are you here? Because I wanted to ask you a question. And if the answer, if this is true, I'm fucking kicking off for you. Is he here? Can he talk? Oh, Chelsea's in the box.
Hey, wait, whoever just said that isn't a bad shout. You and Alex, yeah, are so passionate about what's got to come out of your mouth. Can you imagine you and Alex doing debate lives and you being like one side of the topic, him being the other? Listen, I would rate that.
Thing is, though, I think, I don't know what's hard. Well, what I want to ask Alex, right? Do you support Trump? Because I seen on Comic Cafe you said that you do, and I want to double check that's true or not, because I might no longer be that fucking friend part of the frenemies.
Sorry, thank you, Kay.
Listen,
I would be really interested to see this. I'm just putting it out there.
I'm just intrigued. I'm not coming at you.
On the way.
Just because I've seen it and I'm like, I wasn't. But it's your comments go really quick, so it's hard for you to see everything I read. I said Trump is better than of both parties. We need to debate this because that is bullshit. Right, everyone argue now. No. Brigham. No, Brighton. Alice Brighton. No. No.
Alexandra Brighton. And now Craig, apparently.
The abortion thing was a lie? Was it? I feel... No! He said it himself, right?
Right, so actually I read into this, and I'm not a Trump supporter, but I read into this. So it's not Trump that makes the overall decisions about the abortions in America. It's a state decision. So each state makes their own decision on whether they are for it or against it. It's not an overall Trump decision. He might vocalize that he's against it, but each state makes their own mind up in America of whether they allow it in their state or not.
But it doesn't, but he's still got that mindset. And he also, like, so he says that Muslims shouldn't come into America because they're all T groups. He's got an issue with Latinos. He has majorly, obviously, an issue with women. He made the statement that, that grabbing women by the, genital areas, like, he's vile.
He is vile. He's a vile human being. But regarding the abortion thing, it's not a Trump decision. It's a state decision. So he can't. Yeah, like Alex said, like there is a lot more into it. I still even though I've read into it from an American aspect of things, not reading British news, because I even found when I read British newspapers compared to American ones, they were saying two different things. Like it really is like the media does definitely create a narrative. However, I still think he's a shitty person because he's done shitty things.
The things that I've heard from him, like
yeah.
videos, like you can't edit that. Him saying, and I watched the interview, him saying that he would date his own daughter is fucking weird.
Yeah, yes, mate. Yes, exactly.
That's fucked up. And as people said, he is a tax dodger. He has been accused of SA.
He's a criminal. He's a convicted criminal. Like how he was even allowed to run. It's beyond me because he is convicted criminal.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, and everything's up for a debate, but at the end of the day, out of the two parties, who are you going to have, right? You're going to have Trump running, or you're going to have three of the massive pedalos of the society run for your camp. They're literally, I'm not being funny, you've got Cardi B, right, who's now in line to be questioned, right? You've also got all the other people. You've got Beyonce on stage at Kamala Harris's fucking thingy, who's next to be in line for questioning. Like, make it make sense. Every single person are the ones that are in question to be on the stage. To do with the P. Diddy saga. So, and have you ever noticed that they're all selling their houses now? Every single one of them are selling their houses and moving out the country. Not one of them are going to be living in the United States in the next 2 months, so that says it all.
I know, Leonardo DiCaprio's one of them. I'm fucking raging.
I'm not going to lie. I just feel sorry for America because I just don't think they generally have good people backing them right now. If I'm absolutely honest with you, like that whole presidential stuff in America, like I just feel for them. Like I don't really feel like they've got anyone.
See, Chomp, I think I need to go and learn and educate myself more on it because, like, I will admit a lot of stuff that I've thought about is generally being seen on TikTok. So I think I would need to, like, research and fully look into everything about Trump because I feel like maybe things that I've made, Chomp really wants us to debate Alex.
I do think if you educate yourself, I think it'd be so good between you and Alex.
I think people need to understand, like, everyone's going on stuff they see on TikTok. Yeah, he said outrageous things, Trump has 100%. But Joe Biden can't even walk down a flight of stairs without falling over. Like, make it make sense.
No, come on. No, I've got to agree with that. Come on, Joe Biden. I'm sorry, but I don't even know how that was allowed for so long. Like, I literally don't. Like, the man clearly has some health issues that as.
You did not see the video?
Yes.
They see the swimming pool video?
Yeah.
And he goes, nothing feels better than when the kids come up and stroke your legs. I mean, what the fuck of a statement was that about?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, this is what I mean, Courtney. If you look into stuff American side, not British, because the media in Britain definitely are trying to sway people towards a certain thing in America. If you look at the American side, you look at it from an American perspective, the stuff that comes out, mate, is wild.
Yeah. No, I do remember FYP Lookout. It's when he said to the Ukrainian president, he called him Putin.
Yeah.
But to be fair, if you want to actually take a step back and actually have a look at it, out of the two parties, definitely Donald Trump's the thingy because he was more for the women than actually Kamala, if you actually look into it.
Yeah, but he is like, he said that he thinks that all Muslims are T groups.
Yeah.
And he said that they shouldn't be in the country. He's also built a fucking wall.
No, but you need to look into that a lot more. And that's the thing. You believe in TikTok, look into it more. He didn't say that. He just said there should be vetted a lot more instead of people being allowed in the country. Because unfortunately, that, like you said, the people that are coming into the country are able-bodied men. You know what I mean? This is open for the women and children.
But the thing, Alex, like the whole of America is built on immigration. That whole country, that America wouldn't be America without immigration. They literally stole the land from the Native Americans. So for people to sit there, like Donald Trump, who's Scottish, who is an immigrant of being from Scotland, like his family and stuff, like it's fucking cheek to come out and say that he has an issue with immigration.
Oh, right, Courtney, I love you, but I am now blaming Scotland for the life of Donald Trump. So well done, Scotland. Give yourself a pat on the back for creating such a wrong un.
But to be fair, I've been vocal on it all. I've said, to be honest with you, like none of them was really fit to run the country. Like that's what I've said. But I said I've always been honest and said out of the two parties, I do believe Donald Trump would be the better paid person. So
they haven't got anyone fit to run that country at the moment. Let's be real.
No, that's exactly it, Palestine. He made that statement, and that's a bold fucking statement. Like, basically, he wants America to be a Christian-only country. Let's be honest.
I don't know who you are telling me to shush my lips, but I pay enough money to have these beautiful lips, okay?
Oh, no, Stacey would have been joking.
No, I know.
Oh, right, okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have said anything about my beautiful lips.
I was like, oh God, no drama. Do you know, I would be interested to look into it, but I still am fucking raging that Robert Kennedy's son has now chosen to support Trump when, like, Robert Kennedy was all about, like, stopping all the racism in America and, like, yeah, it's mental.
Oh, yeah. Courtney, have you seen that Trump unprecedented?
No.
That's an interesting watch.
yeah, watch it.
Yeah, it's an interesting watch. I don't like Trump. I personally think the way he is, I just find him so sleazy, and I can't deal with sleazy people. And I know there's no evidence to back that or this, that, and the other, but I just find him so sleazy. He cringes me out. But do I believe everything I see on British media and TikTok? No, absolutely not. Because if you read it, like I said, from Americans' perspective, it's not quite as it's made out in the UK or on TikTok.
I love how we're talking about politics and it says, get info on the Irish general election. It's come up as a little thing. I thought that only happens when you talk about, like, specific things. But yeah, I don't know. I would be interested to look into it more, but personally myself, I still think he's a C next Tuesday. And I still have major issues of what's happening for women.
Can I just say, this is going to be a wild statement, but seeing as now all this stuff has come out as P. Diddy, I actually think Kanye West would have done a better bloody job.
Oh, God.
Yes, I am. I'm saying it here and now. Because let's be real, Kanye has been trying to tell us for years about P. Diddy. You only have to watch their music videos to know.
Alex, I've got a quick question. Do you know if any exposures are happening tonight?
In fact, actually, I do know of maybe one.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think I'd put one in the diary, you know.
Does one of them include my friend?
Alex is staying. He's like, I've stayed silent in all of this and I'm continuing to do so.
All I say is Jodie, run.
Oh.
For fuck's sake, would they just leave Jodie alone?
You're joking. I don't know anything. I promise you now. I do not know. I was just joking. I don't know anything. I promise you. I have no idea about anything. I promise you. I'm going live myself later. I'm doing my own thing. I'm just plodding along.
Mira, you better run, you fucking knobhead.
I don't even know what's going on.
No, supposedly there's one of Baguette.
Oh, I don't know. Is there?
I hate this man so much right now.
Jodie!
Stresses me out.
Loving, calm and peaceful.
No. Chaos and feralness and no.
Kumbaya,
Fuck your kumbayas.
Listen,
I'm done.
can we have kumbaya? Look, listen, I'm loving life right now. My partner's in Japan. I've got the whole bed to myself for a few nights. I'm living my best life right now, okay? Like, I'm soaking up the little things in life. I need kumbaya.
I am getting legless tomorrow night. I'm doing all the tequila shots because I'm becoming even older on Wednesday, so you know.
Cool. Can I have box powers to kick this one out, please?
No.
It's just in your life.
What?
Brian May's in your life.
No, it's not Brian May.
No, it's Talia bringing drunken Angie.
I only just got that.
What?
Is he actually? Is it the actual account in my life?
Babe, are you losing your mind?
72,000 followers.
It's Brian May's account. But whether he is the one that's using that account might be a different story.
It says there, it's commented saying, it's Rickster, I want you, baby.
Oh, fuck off. Right, that's it. I'm fucking booting you out. Fuck off.
Now you boot him out. Now you boot him out.
Hashtag fun the Brummies.
I'm not unblocking him, ever.
Wait, what? Is he blocked?
I blocked him. When did I block? I blocked him ages ago.
Oh, right, I thought you meant on mine account. I was like, it didn't come down.
no,
I literally just checked.
No, I blocked him. I'm not unblocking him.
I was like, shit, she's blocked him and everything.
I went into fight mode and he was like, Jodie, now. Fucking fuck him.
He's just a fucking wind-up merchant. That's why I'd sit in his live and just wind him up as well. A little bitch.
I actually love your block list. I'm not about to name it, but I love your block list.
I think Alex should be on that. Immediately.
So, yeah, so all I'm going to say is, for anyone that thinks that they're going to do a fucking exposure on Baguette, good fucking luck. She's a decent person, something you'll never fucking be in your life.
Yeah, Courtney, can we say she is a decent person? If you are going to run a live on a person, speak on the person, yeah? Because her as a person is a decent person, okay? Not dragging every man and their dog she might be around. Her as a person.
I love the cult was like, fuck Jodie and her exposure, but Baguette, we love Baguette.
I said, oh my God, Jodie, are you gaslighting me right now, you bitch? I literally said, oh my God, will you leave Jodie alone?
I know, but the exposure's on me and Baguette's getting all the attention.
Oh, well, look, they both don't deserve it. But see this bullshit narrative of you've got a racist uncle or whatever the fuck it is, right? That has got nothing to do with Baguette. What the difference is between Manda and Baguette is, Manda, your well, not your child, but your son is racist. So if my son said something right now in front of everyone that is racist or discriminating, that would be bad on me because I brought him up to potentially be like that. Because racism is a learnt behaviour. It's not something that you choose, you just wake up to become. It's because of what you're around.
Oh, Baguette said, I don't think it's you tonight. I thought it was tonight. She was doing it tonight on me. Am I wrong?
I don't know anymore, but this is my point. This is why I was just saying what I was saying. You do it on the person, not people that are having... Unfortunately, we cannot choose our family. We can only choose our friends, right? I've got shitty people in my family that I don't have a relationship with. So unless you know Miss Baguette's relationship with the person in question, you can't drag her down for something that somebody else has done.
Baguette, I was told they were all doing it together at 7. Am I wrong?
Alex, I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe that people are using that terminology now instead of using the N-word. But yeah, Google it.
Yeah, but I thought they were doing it together, Stace. That's what I was getting told anyway.
So here we go. I've Googled it. Let me get my green screen up.
Well, you Googled the exposure.
No. Yes. It's all over the fucking internet. You're all over it.
What did you Google?
Right, can we remind me again how the fuck I do this? Where are they?
Don't ask me.
I can't, don't ask me.
Enhance effects. There we go. Honestly, I can't do this shit. What's going live? Right, there we go, Alex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right, okay.
So, yeah. Personally, myself,
On you, babe.
I've heard that expression before, but I feel that that's quite an old expression. I never knew it was a newest expression. I always thought that like something an older generation would say. I could be wrong. It's, exactly, yes, there you go, Trump. It's an old term. I've never personally heard it in like younger people saying it. Hey, Lisa.
It's not.
Yes, that's it, Trump. Yeah, it's like I've heard it through that. So personally, myself, I'm sorry, but I feel like it is something in Manda's generation. That's my honest opinion.
Yeah, like I think a lot of people hadn't heard it. Like I hadn't heard it.
Brie, what's up?
What's wrong, Brie?
Well, Alex, Brum isn't the whole fucking world, you know. Birmingham isn't the whole fucking world like you all think he's... No, I'm joking.
Just code. Right, I'm jumping down now. I'll be there now.
I'll be there in a memento.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
So, yeah. I just personally feel that it is an older generation word. But, yeah. So... don't come for Miss Baguette, you bitches, and don't come for Jodie either, because it's so boring. Like, we've all sat there and like heard the exposures, and then fucking Jodie came live with people who spoke about it all. The people that sat and was calling her out and saying the stuff have all come out and said that it wasn't facts. Like, everyone has spoken on this situation already. What you're doing is talking about something that's really old to try and push narratives, which are fucking real.
This app loves a narrative being spun. This app loves hypocrisy. It actually blows my mind.
Do you know what it is? Is people just don't like being called out. So obviously, like, people don't like the fact that Miss Baguette just calls out the bullshit. Doesn't matter who you are, she'll call it out. So for instance, people have lied on certain creators' names that people don't like. She still will speak out and say that that's not true or whatever.
I think the thing is, I think people need to remember, like, before you had like TikTok like this, if you had said anything, or let's say, for instance, you had a certain amount of followers literally on your Instagram, right? And you said something that was controversial, you would get called out on Instagram. You said something in your area, right, that people knew of that was controversial. You would get called out in your area, but because it's TikTok and because people make people more aware of it, which then spreads it out to a wider community of people, that's why the backlash is so bigger. But in reality, you should be more aware of what's coming out your mouth because you're adults.
Health, I hate to do that. It's an emergency. We need you now. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Right, is it going to really piss off my day?
It might not, but it's complicated, but we need you now.
Are you okay?
If my shit has been exposed, listen, I'm coming for all of you.
No, it's okay. It's just we need you to know this now. That's all. Okay.
Fuck, I better go.
Sorry, I know.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna have to go soon anyway because my tea's just arrived.
I'm a wanted lady. I'm really sorry. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Sorry. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go as well because I had a conversation about Chinese today and it's made me want a Chinese, so I've got Chinese downstairs.